Hello, children. This is Manish Yadav, your English teacher. In this video session, we would be learning the process of active and passive voice. What is active and passive voice? Voice is two types, active and passive. In this video, we would know something about the definition of active and passive. Why do we change the sentence into passive voice? What is its significance and importance? What is the need to change an active sentence into passive? Firstly, I'll let you know the definition that has been given on the screen before you. Voice refers to the form of a verb that indicates when a grammatical subject performs the action or is the receiver of the action. When a sentence is written in the active voice, the subject performs the action. In the passive voice, the subject receives the action. In academic writing, it is generally preferred to choose an active verb and pair it with a subject that names the person or thing doing or performing the action. Active verbs are stronger and usually more emphatic than forms of the verb be, are verbs in the passive voice. Voice. It refers to the form of a verb, and that indicates when a grammatical subject performs the action or is the receiver of the action. Means sometimes the subject will perform the action or it will receive the action. When we give supreme and supremacy to the subject, when we want to highlight the subject, when we want to give value to the subject, we write active voice. When we want to give supremacy, more important to the object of the sentence, we write it into passive voice. What is the importance of writing passive voice? As I have told you, when we want to highlight the object, when the subject is unknown, indefinite, when we do not know about the subject of tense who has done the action, we write passive form. There are so many things that we should mind while changing an active voice into passive. We have to understand the concept of tense. There are 12 tense and only 8 tense could be changed into passive voice. And before going through the tense, I hope every student would be attentive and they would be paying attention what I say, because it is very important to listen me very carefully, because if you do not pay attention, you will not listen me very carefully and you will not understand everything. So before going through the tense and its chart, I want everybody to be attentive and listen me. First, that is present tense. 4 types of it: present indefinite, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. Out of these 4 tenses, we can change only 3 tenses: present indefinite, present continuous, and present perfect. Now in past, same: past indefinite, past continuous, and past perfect tense. In the future, we can change only 2 types of it: future indefinite tense and future perfect tense. We cannot change uh, four tenses into passive voice. First, that is present perfect continuous. Second, past perfect continuous. And third, future continuous tense. And fourth, future perfect continuous. So, the subject performs the action in the passive voice. As we were talking about the definition, the subject receives the action. Okay, sometimes it does the action and sometimes it receives the action. In academic writing, it is generally preferred to choose an active verb and pair it with a subject that names the person or thing doing or performing the action. Next thing that we must know about the cases: subjective case, objective case, and possessive case. If we do not know the subjective and objective case, we can't change the subject into objective and object into subjective case. Because when we are going to change an object into subjective case, we have to make it subject of passive sentence. We must know about the subjective case. When we are going to change a subject into object while changing into passive voice, we must know the objective case as well. Now, the next active verbs are stronger and usually more emphatic than forms of the verb be, are verbs in the passive voice. Means active verbs. These are stronger and more emphatic than the forms of verb. You know, the verb which is written during passive voice, it is not more emphatic than active sentences. For example, two examples have been given: active and passive. The award-winning chef prepares each meal with loving care. The passive of this sentence also has been given: each meal is prepared with loving care by the award-winning chef. Now, for many more examples, I would like to give you some examples. Rahul likes cricket. So Rahul is the subject, likes main verb, and cricket the object. Most of the time we are unknown and confused with the object. Okay, and we try to change every sentences into passive voice. This is not acceptable. We have to know the object, whether it lies or not in the sentence. If object is not there, we can't change the sentence into passive voice. Okay, so before going further, I would like to give a possible definition and the way how to recognize and identify an object in a sentence. We have to try to understand the meaning of transitive and intransitive verbs. When object is not available in the sentence, the verb will be intransitive. If object is available, the verb will be transitive verb. Okay, so we can change only those sentences into passive voice which has a transitive verb. Okay, not intransitive. To know the object's presence in the sentence, we can put up questions by using what and whom. If we are getting reply and something as answer, it would be a transitive verb. Okay, for example, as I told you, Rahul likes cricket. What does Rahul like? Okay, राहुल क्या पसंद करता है? सो क्या से हमने क्वेश्चन किया तो हमें रिप्लाई मिलेगा क्रिकेट. ही लाइक्स क्रिकेट. Okay, so now this is the time to change it into passive voice. Cricket is liked by Rahul. Okay, who likes Rahul? Sorry, who likes cricket? Rahul. Okay, when we put up questions by adding who, we get subject of this sentence. When we put up questions by using what, we get object of the sentence. Now the next, In the above example of an active sentence, the simple sentence is give and prepares is the verb. Now the each meal with loving care. In the passive sentence, meal is the simple subject and is prepared is the verb. Each meal is prepared by the word winning, and in effect, the object of the active sentence becomes the subject in the passive sentence. Although both sentences have the same basic components, their structure makes them different from each other. Active sentences are about that what people or things do, while passive sentences are about what happens to the people or things. Okay, this is the definition and concept for the you know meaning of active and passive voice. Okay, last line, that is active sentence are about what uh, people or things do, while passive it is about what happens to the people or things. Okay, next thing, that is the example. I do not play hockey. So this is a sentence of present indefinite. I do not play hockey. I, this is the subject of this sentence, and not play the main verb, and hockey is the object. What do I not play? मैं क्या नहीं खेलता? Reply would be hockey. I do not play hockey. So hockey is the object. Now we have to change this sentence into passive voice. Hockey is not played by me. Okay? Hockey is not played by me. In this sentence, something is happening to the people, to the subject, that I am not interested, means I do not play. Okay, and in the active voice, I do not play hockey, it means something is about what people do. I do not play, मैं क्या नहीं करता? हॉकी नहीं खेलता. लेकिन पैसिव वॉइस में हॉकी मेरे द्वारा नहीं खेला जाता. समथिंग इज हैपनिंग टू द subject of the sentence. Now, using the auxiliary verb be, the passive voice is formed by using a form of the auxiliary verb be. Is, am, are, was, were, being, been, followed by the past participle of the main verb. Now, some examples have been given on the screen. Active, passive. He loves me. I am loved. We took our children to the circus. The children were taken to the circus. A thief stole my money. My money was stolen. Notice how the be auxiliaries change the meaning of the verbs from action to condition or from doing to being. Okay. As we know that active to passive, we interchange the sentence and its structure without changing its meaning. It is also known as transformation in the grammatical section. So he loves me. Okay, वो मुझे प्रेम करता है. I am loved. मुझे प्रेम किया जाता है. Both meaning are same and having the same importance, only the structure of sentence has been changed. Second example, that is we took our children in the circus. हम लोगों ने अपने बच्चों को सर्कस दिखाया या सर्कस ले गए. The children were taken to the circus. बच्चों को सर्कस में ले जाया गया. This is the meaning of this sentence. A thief stole my money. एक चोर ने मेरी जो भी मनी थी या फिर जो भी मेरे पास पैसा था उसको चुरा लिया. My money was stolen. मेरी मनी मतलब मेरा पैसा चुरा लिया गया. Notice how the be auxiliaries change the meaning of the verbs. Okay, as we could notice in these sentences, be the auxiliary of the sentence change the meaning and action or condition from doing to being. Now next, he remembers his grandmother. His grandmother is remembered. Okay, he is doing an action remembering. Now she is in the condition being remembered. Okay, her grandmother, you know, lady, she is being remembered by him, and his grandmother is remembered. In this way, the past participle functions very much like an adjective. It describes the subject. Okay, adjective in which past participle, third form of the verb is being used an adjective because it is describing the subject. Okay, and as we know, the word which adds something to the subject, to the noun, to the pronoun is known as adjective. For example, how can we make a word of past participle as an adjective, like third form of the verbs broken, remembered, laughed, and smashed. These all are past participles. How to use these words and adjective? I have a broken watch. Okay, broken is the third form of the verb, and it is being used as an adjective in this sentence because it qualifies the watch. How the watch is. Watch कैसी है? It is broken. So broken word, this word adds something to the watch, and watch is noun. And as we know, the word which qualifies a noun or pronoun known as adjective. Um, that's it for this video. We will discuss more about this video in the next video session. Thanks for watching. Keep learning.